Srimad Bhagavad Gita, as it is, by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Verses and translations. Chapter 15. The Yoga of the Supreme Person. Text 1. Sri Bhagavan Uvacha. Urdhva Mulam Adashrakam Asvatam Prahur Avayam Chandam Si Yasya Parnani Yastam Veda Savedavid. The Blessed Lord said, there is a banyan tree, which has its roots upward and its branches down, and whose leaves are the Vedic hymns. One who knows this tree is the knower of the Vedas. Text 2. Adas churdvam prashrishtas tasya sakha guna pravrida visaya pravala adas cha mulanyanu santatani karmanu bandini manusya loke. The branches of this tree extend downward and upward, nourished by the three modes of material nature. The twigs are the objects of the senses. This tree also has roots going down. These are bound to the fruitive actions of human society. Text 3 and 4. Na rupam asyeha tato palabhyate nanto na chadir nasa sampratishta asvatam enam suvirud dumula asanga shastrena dridhena chidva tatapadam tat parimar gativyam yasmin gata na navritanti bhuya tameva chadyam purusham prapadye yata pravriti prashrishta parani. The real form of this tree cannot be perceived in this world. No one can understand where it ends, where it begins, or where its foundation is. But, with determination, one must cut down this tree with the weapon of detachment. So doing, one must seek that place from which, having once gone, one never returns, and there surrender to that Supreme Personality of Godhead from whom everything has begun and in whom everything is abiding since time immemorial. Text 5. Nirmana moha jita sanga dosha atyatma nitya vinivarta kama dvanvair vimukta sukha dukkha samnyayar gachantyamudha padam avyayam tat. One who is free from illusion, false prestige, and false association, who understands the eternal, who is done with material lust, and is freed from the duality of happiness and distress, and who knows how to surrender unto the Supreme Person, attains to that eternal kingdom. Text 6. Na tad basayate saro, na shashanko na pavaka, yad gatva na nivartante, tad dhamma paramam mama. That abode of mind is not illumined by the sun or moon, nor by electricity. One who reaches it never returns to this material world. Text 7. Maiba vayamso jivaloke jiva bhuta sanatana manasastran indriyani prakriti stani karshati. The living entities in this conditioned world are my eternal, fragmental parts. Due to conditioned life, they are struggling very hard with the six senses, which include the mind. Text 8. Sariram yad avapnoti, yad chap yud kramatishvara, gri it vaitani samyati, vayargandan ivasayat. The living entity in the material world carries his different conceptions of life from one body to another, as the air carries aromas. Text 9. Shrotram chakshu sparsanam cha, rasanam granam evacha, adistaya manaschayam, visayan upasevate. The living entity thus takes another gross body, obtains a certain type of ear, tongue, and nose, and sense of touch, which are grouped about the mind. He thus enjoys a particular set of sense objects. Text 10. Ukramantam stitamapi unjanam va gunanvitam vimudha nanupasyanti pasyanti jnana chakshusha. The foolish cannot understand how a living entity can quit his body, nor can they understand what sort of body he enjoys under the spell of the modes of nature. But one whose eyes are trained in knowledge can see all this. Text 11. Yattanto yoginas chainam pasyat yatman yavastitam yatanto pi akritatmano nainam pasyat yachetasa. The endeavoring transcendentalist, who is situated in self-realization, can see all this clearly. But those who are not situated in self-realization cannot see what is taking place, though they may try to. Text 12. Yad aditjagatam tejo, jagat pasayate kilam, yachan dramasi yachagno, tatejo vidhi mamakam. The splendor of the sun, which dissipates the darkness of this whole world, comes from me. And the splendor of the moon and the splendor of fire are also from me. Text 13. Gam avisya chabutani, darayam yaham ojasa, pushnami choshadhi sarvasa, somo bhutva vasatmaka. I enter into each planet, and by my energy they stay in orbit. I become the moon, and thereby supply the juice of life to all vegetables. Text 14. Aham vais vanaro bhutva, praninam deham asrita, prana pana samayukta, pacham yanam chaturvinam. I am the fire of digestion in every living body, and I am the air of life, outgoing and incoming, by which I digest the 4 kinds of foodstuff. Text 15. Sarvasya chaham vidisani visto, mataksmita jnanam apoanam cha, vedaischa sarvair ahameva vejo, Vedantakrit Vedavid Evachaham. I am seated in everyone's heart, and from me come remembrance, knowledge, and forgetfulness. By all the Vedas am I to be known. Indeed, I am the compiler of Vedanta, and I am the knower of the Vedas. Text 16. Tvam imo purusha loki, sharas chakshara evacha, shara sarvani bhutani, kutasto shara uchate. There are two classes of beings, the fallible and the infallible. In the material world, every entity is fallible, and in the spiritual world, every entity is called infallible. Text 17. Uttama purushastvanya paramat meti udarita yoloka trayam avisya bibart yavyaya ishvara. Besides these two, there is the greatest living personality, the Lord Himself, who has entered into these worlds and is maintaining them. Text 18. Yasmat charam atitoham aksharad apichotama ato shmi loke vedhe cha pratishta purushottama. Because I am transcendental, beyond both the fallible and the infallible, and because I am the greatest, I am celebrated both in the world and in the Vedas as that Supreme Person. Text 19. Yo mam evam asamudho janati purushottamam sa sarvavid bhajati mam sarva bhavina bharata. Whoever knows me as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, without doubting, is to be understood as the knower of everything, and he therefore engages himself in full devotional service. O son of Bharata. Text 20. Iti guyatamam shastram idam uktam mayaniga etad budva budhimansyat krita krityas chabharata. This is the most confidential part of the Vedic scriptures, O sinless one, and it is disclosed now by me. Whoever understands this will become wise, and his endeavors will know perfection.